Few cars can be both fun and practical, but the Volkswagen GTI has done it for more than a quarter of a century, combining the sensible nature of a Golf hatchback with various performance enhancements. The GTI is the iconic hot hatch for the everyman. So, let's go ahead and see what really makes the GTI a very special car. You do have remote keyless entry, of course. And shout out to Roseville VW for letting me film the all-new Golf GTI. Now, the styling of the GTI, I have to say, is unmistakably VW and unmistakably Golf. You can easily tell that it's a Golf, especially with the front end and the bulbous headlight design. And when you get to the rear end, you can really tell that it's unmistakably Golf. And just the overall profile of the car just looks like a Golf. Now, here's the key fob design for the vehicle. Now, I really am a big fan of this key design. You have your GTI logo right there, and then your lock, unlock to release your trunk, and your panic button, and it is a switchblade key. Now, this one I have here is the 2015 Golf GTI S. It is a carbon steel gray metallic exterior, and you do have high gloss door pillars with a Titan black cloth interior. Power recline, manual adjustments. Now, stepping on into the interior of the Golf, as you can see, it's a much more refined look and feel. And it kind of reminds me of a more expensive car. Reminds me of an Audi, of course. Very nice. Now, standard on the GTI is a 6-speed manual transmission, but this one is equipped with the 6-speed automated manual transmission, VW's DSG. And you do have manual shiftability, and you do have paddle shifters as well. And I really like the red contrast stitching that they have on the boot. Near rear view camera, I'm actually quite surprised about that. Here's your e-brake right here, wrapped in a nice high gloss and stitching as well. And let's go ahead and turn the lights and the hazards. Automatic driver's side window. Let's go ahead and pop the hood, check out the engine bay. Heated exterior mirrors, of course, with LED turn signal indicators. Now, I really like these 18-inch alloy wheels. I really think they stand out on the road, especially with the red painted calipers too. Now, coming to the front end, you have halogen headlights with LED fog lights. And your GTI logo right there. Pretty aggressive front end, I have to say. Now, under the hood of this hot hatch, you will find an extremely zippy 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, producing 210 horses and 258 pound-feet of torque, which is really good. It really gets this car up and moving with the amount of torque it has. And expect EPA fuel ratings of 25 in the city and 33 on the highway. Now, VW isn't the only brand vying for your hot hatch dollars, of course. Now, competitors of the GTI are the Ford Focus ST and the Mini Cooper S, and maybe the new WRX, but that is only offered in a sedan version for now. Now, the Ford Focus ST has rowdier acceleration and handling, and is noticeably less expensive too. Now, the Mini Cooper S was recently redesigned and offers more tech-oriented features that you can't get on the GTI. Now, like I said, coming to the rear end, it's unmistakably VW here, especially with the taillight design. Then you have your GTI logo right there. Dual exhaust tips too, as you can see. Rear window wiper with the rear window defroster. And a little rear spoiler up there. Now, EPA estimates, like I said, are 25 in the city and 33 on the highway, and total vehicle price is $27,185. Power windows, door locks, and your power mirrors. Of course, a nice soft touch armrest that has the refinement of VW quality. And let's go ahead and rev up this bad boy and see what kind of soundtrack she makes. Now, build and materials are top-notch in the GTI. Of course, you have a soft touch dash and soft touch materials on the upper door panel, and on the mid door panel it is wrapped in cloth. Wrapped in cloth right here. And then I'm a really big fan of all the red contrasting stitching that goes on the seats right here, center console, the e-brake everywhere, and on the steering wheel too. And then I'm such a big fan of this steering wheel design. I love this steering wheel design. I like the flat bottom right here, and then I love the red contrasting stitching that goes all around. And then it says GTI right here too. Nice aluminum. Now, of course, optional is a navigation system and all that good stuff, and a rear view camera, of course. Now, as far as visibility goes out of the GTI, it's actually pretty good. There's lots of glass area all around. However, the C-pillar in the back is kind of thick. But it is a hatchback, so... But there's lots of glass area, and the mirrors do provide great visibility. Now, when it comes to the handling of the GTI, this is where the GTI really shines. And it's actually the best handling one in the segment. And that's why many people purchase VW Golfs and the GTIs, is because of its handling. It handles superb around the corners. And as far as the ride goes, it provides a smooth, compliant ride. Now, compared to the WRX STI, the STI is going to have a more jarring ride quality. Even the standard WRX is going to have a jarring ride quality compared to the GTI. The GTI is more livable on a daily basis. On your daily commute to work, you don't want to have to stick up with the jarring ride quality. But the GTI definitely has a better ride quality than the WRX. And then, when you want to push it around the corners, it definitely does that very well. Now, coming to your center stack here, you have automatic climate control, your fan speeds, your different zones, and your temperatures, of course. And down there, you'll find a little media input right there, and a little storage cubby. And then you have your cup holders, 12-volt power outlet. Now, I really love the simplicity of the knobs and controls. VW has just made it even more simple and easier to use with these nice, well labeled buttons and knobs. You do have heated seats, of course, and a rear window defroster button. Now, coming to your center console, you have another 12-volt power outlet, and the center console is pretty small, but it is a compact car, so I'm not really complaining too much. It's not a family sedan. Now, coming to your main, and I'm particularly a fan of this trim going right down the center stack. I believe it's carbon fiber, I'm not sure though, but I don't know. But I really do love this trim. So coming to your main head unit here, it's a little dated on the rendering side, however it's still very simple and easy to use. And you have a set of buttons right over here and a set of buttons right over here. Now, an upgraded head unit is available, and I strongly recommend to get that head unit because the rendering is much better and you get a bigger screen as well. But it is surrounded by a nice piano black veneer trim that goes around it. And you have your different media options like Bluetooth streaming audio, a USB port, and then your auxiliary input. And it's pretty simple to use. You have your AM, FM, 2, and a satellite radio, Sirius XM. And coming to your car, this shows you your fuel economy data. And if you want to just go to your menu, you can go scroll through all the different options. Now, coming to your steering wheel buttons, you have voice recognition, your steering wheel mounted audio controls, of course, and your cruise control buttons right here. And this basically controls all your whole Tft display in the middle right there. Gives you your fuel consumption, your travel time, distance, your average speed, oil temperature. Gives a nice range of vehicle information. Now, coming to your gauge cluster, I really like the gauges. I really like the white illumination around them. And then you have the nice trim going around the gauges too, like how you will find on the center stack. But very clear, very easy to read too. Really love the graphics and rendering on the Tft display. I wish they would kind of transfer that over to the main head unit here. Now, coming to your Tft display, there's many things that the Tft display shows you. A lot of vehicle information. Your driving data, you have an integrated compass too. What radio station you're on, of course. And your telephone. Vehicle status. You actually do have a lap timer, which is pretty cool. But it's a very simple and easy to use Tft display, I have to say. Now, coming up here, you do have SOS Safety Connect, sunglass container, LED interior illumination lighting. Alright, and let's go ahead and shut down the GTI. Let's go ahead and check out the rest of the car. Let's go ahead and check out the rear seat legroom as well as the trunk capacity. And let's go ahead and pop the trunk. Now, this is actually pretty interesting and kind of neat. This actually flips up and then... Now, the rear seats do fold down to maximize cargo room too. So that's good. 12-volt power outlet back here. And your first aid kit. Now back here, I have to say, I'm actually kind of disappointed they didn't follow through. It's kind of hard plastic right here. However, it does have a decent graining to it, but it's still wrapped in cloth right here. And you still have that really nice trim that I like from the front. Now back here, it is a compact car, so it's not going to be the roomiest. But you do have dual map pockets, rear air vent, and cup holders with the rear center armrest. But however, the seats themselves are actually very comfortable. They actually have lots of bolstering to them, I have to say. Alright. Power recline on the front passenger seat, but manual adjustments. Now coming to your glove box, it is nice and damp, and it is lined with a very nice felt, I have to say. Very high quality. Alright. So the redesigned 2015 Volkswagen GTI might not look much different on the outside, but a stronger engine and enhanced handling make it even more fun to drive. And coming into conclusion, it's a very excellent choice for a performance-oriented hatchback. So remember that this is Cameron Birch from Cameron's Car Review.